In this tutorial, we're going to briefly cover adding rooms. In the previous tutorial, we already created an asset. So we have the asset there, but we can't make any bookings and the property isn't available to us until we create a room and also some tariffs. So let's go to room types and we'll click new. And I'm just going to call this the room number for now. We could call it anything we want actually. And then we select an asset, so we're going to add it to there. It's a private room, in other words it's not shared, like in a dormitory or something like that. And we set the maximum occupancy for this room, so we're going to put that at 2 people. And we're not going to use the standard tariff, we're actually going to use the complex tariff. And I'll come on to that in a little bit more detail in a moment. And we have the description section, and here we just put in a brief description. There we go. And that's it for the basic information for the room. Publishing gets a little bit more complex, we're going to go through that next. And we'll see here there's some various options. So we're going to say no to the smoking option because it's a non-smoking room. And we're going to disable the adult and the child option as well. So what we're going to do is disable the adult option, disable the child option, show the guest name field but make it optional. And the reason we do this is that then when people are searching, they don't have to select the number of adults or children, it simply says how many guests, total number of guests. If we scroll a little bit further down, we can enable the single supplement, which we're going to. The supplement value is -10 because it's -10 £. And we can obviously set that as a percentage if we want. And we're going to make the room exclusive. And the reason we do this is that that one room only has one room type. We could actually say, twin room and then have different room numbers of rooms, and I'll explain that in a moment. If I go here to the rooms tab, we'll add a new room. So now we have one room number, but we've tied it to the same thing. What we could do is we could have twin, so we have 2 of these rooms. So we could have, for example, room number 42 and room number 43. Both of them are the same room type, a twin with garden views, but they just have different room numbers. The next and most important part is the complex tariff. I'm going to save the room first before we go any further. So let's go on to the complex tariff now. So we want to create a new tariff, and we're going to call this the standard tariff. There we go. Enabled, available to the public, and there are various options here, which I'll just go through briefly. We can have a price per person per stay, price per room, which is the one we're going to use. We can also have a package per room. So say, for example, you want to have a special package put together at, I don't know, £500 for a fortnight. You can set the dates and set the price, but we're going to do this per stay. And we're going to say it's per night. And we're going to set the tariff date from the 1st of October right through to the 31st of December. Now, if anybody tries to book after December, the room will simply not be available. So minimum number of nights, maximum number of nights. The minimum number of people would be 1 and the maximum 2. And the reason why is, we go over here, you'll see the room occupancy is 2. So we can't set the room occupancy to 4, for example, and then say maximum number of people 6. It just won't work. So we'll scroll down a little bit, click apply. Now there is an option here, once we've saved the tariff, to put in the individual tariffs for each day. Now you can imagine if we put a whole year's worth of tariffs in, that would get quite difficult. You'd be spending like half a day just putting tariffs in, but there is an option to do it quickly. Use the quick tool, scroll back down, and we'll see here it says price number, so the price is £40 per night. Minimum length of stay is 1 night, the maximum is 14. And we're going to apply this from the 1st of October right through to the 31st of December. And we'll click set and we'll see all these prices change below. There we go. We've just set the tariff right through to the end of December. So let's click apply. You can just click save as well, but I prefer to use apply first just in case I made an error. So that's the standard tariff set. But let's say we want a special tariff over Christmas. First thing we have to do is decide the days. So I'm going to edit this tariff now. So I'm going to create a new tariff now, and we're going to call it Christmas. Not surprising. We're going to have it as a per day, and we're going to set this tariff rate from, say, the 18th of December. Oops, that's November. The 18th of December through to, shall we say, the 6th of January. And we're going to have the same minimum nights, maximum nights, minimum people, maximum people. Just click apply, and then we're going to set that rate using the quick tool rather than doing it manually. Okay, so the price would be €60, or rather £60. Minimum and maximum stay. And again, set that from the 18th of December to the 6th of January. And we're just going to set that tariff. There we go. Back up to the top, save. And I edited the standard tariff in the back end very quickly while we were doing that. So now we have 2 tariffs. We have the standard tariff, which runs from the 1st of October to the 17th of December. Then we have the Christmas tariff, which runs from the 18th of December to the 6th of January. And the only other thing we need to do is add photographs. So let's add some photographs for this property, or this room. Go to the media manager. Add that image in, upload, go to the media library, you'll see that image there, insert. We can add more images later, save and close. So that room now is bookable. So if we just log out and use the website as though we were a regular user, we go to the property. There we go, and we can see now that we can book that. The details of the accommodation are there, and we also have the rates. And you can see here that there's no real description for the Christmas rate, so I'm just going to insert that very quickly in the back end. And then I just refreshed that so that people can now see that the dates that the Christmas tariff runs from and to. And you'll see here we have a lot of other information we can put into the back end or into the front end simply by going to login. Log in there and select room types. So we log in and go to room types, and we just open the room up. You'll see here under others we have facilities. We also have custom fields, so we can have you know, what room facilities has, the room size, the bed size, for example. And we go to facilities, all the different facilities that the room might have. So let's just say we have a bathrobe, wardrobe. Let's go to save that. And let's log out, and then we can look at it again as though we're a regular user. Yep. And that's pretty much it. That room is now bookable.